reading a self-help book or listening to a podcast or listening to somebody speak about various steps you can take, to improve and get out of procrastination. It is so good to listen to. It is so good
Yeah,
to even get certain points, and you think you can do it, but it's not aligned with your ways of doing things. It doesn't help you understand what is actually stopping you, what is making you procrastinate. So
yeah, exactly. I think that is where you come in, and then that is where people like us should go to coaches like you, so that I think to realize that okay, what should be the immediate step, or what should be the small steps, or the short term goals.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that yeah. Otherwise, when we just think about it, and then. Like if there is a book about how to avoid come out of procrastination, like I think me being procrastinated will never open that book, right?
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah, yeah, that's so true, because what happens is like, so again, like so we have to try to understand, we have to reflect on what. So what I always say is to understand yourself a bit more.
yes,
So
yeah,
for that, introspection is needed, then
yes,
reflecting on yourself is needed. Again, there are like certain, maybe, the work where you are not fully yourself.
yeah,
You are procrastinating because it is not motivating you. It is not sort of interest to
yeah,
you,
yeah,
or
yeah,
there is something bothering you. You are stressed
yeah,
about something, or you don't feel good enough to pursue that. You are just doing because somebody has told you, read this
yeah,
book,
yeah, yeah,
do this because this will be helpful. And
yes,
you start reading it, but maybe you don't like it, you know.
yeah, true, yeah,
So when you are working with a coach and the coach talks to you about, okay, so you start introspecting, you start reflecting on what is going on within you, why, like what are the assumptions you're holding, what are the beliefs you're holding, what is stressing you, like somebody like me would help you, make you become aware of your emotions, like a
yeah,
big part of it is understanding your emotions, what is actually deep within, not letting you do what you want to do.
yeah, that is true.
So
That's so true because I think I think IQ and EQ are on the same level, like, but we give a lot of importance to the IQ, but not the emotional quotient at all, right? So I think this is where I think you
yeah,
are helpful to people like me.
I mean, yeah, see, IQ is so much,
Yeah,
given so much of importance. Even
yeah,
EQ nowadays, and
yeah,
emotional intelligence. There's so many emotional books on emotional intelligence.
mm,
There's so
mm,
so much, information available on emotional
yeah,
intelligence. But that too is just out there for you to
yeah,
understand, for
mm,
you to see, oh, I need this, I need to work on this, I need to work on this. Again, you have this intention
yes,
to work on it, but it's still not helping you to look deep within that you
yes,
want it,
yeah,
but why can't you do it, But
yeah,
how can you sort of align your way and you can be happy doing it? So for that, you need so much of you have to understand yourself, basically.
yeah,
You have to become very aware of your so. if you become more aware of your emotions, like, especially for men in our cultures, it's not very easy for
Mm.
them to,
Show their
they,
emotions,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
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 yeah.
right.
So from day one, they have
Mm.
learned to suppress
Uh,
their emotions.
right, yes.
And so if you don't understand your own emotions, how are you going to understand somebody else's, or
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's a sort of thing. And self-development is actually looking into all these things.
Yeah.
Self-development is also, and also this is the psychological needs. Sometimes, you have to understand your own psychological needs and
Yes.
the conditioning, the cultural conditioning. Some of these psychological needs, which are creating the anxiety or taking much of your priority or energy, is because of that conditioning. So if you
Yes.
can understand yourself and if you can understand how this conditioning is working on you, and how is it impacting your mental health or well-being or your behavior or your whole system. And that is how you can, like, grow within yourself. And you can just let go of some of these anxieties or these needs, free yourself. And I think that kind of an understanding, which comes, like, if you continuously work on yourself. So, for example, like, I sometimes work with some of the leaders who need to delegate. They have been told by their HR, in their reviews that, oh, you really need to delegate to your team members.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
so they're like, okay, I need to delegate work to my team members. And then what happens is, like, because they are not used to it, they've been functional heads. They're so used to doing things by themselves. When it comes to delegation, they just start doing it. And
Yeah.
but they become very anxious about it. They become very stressed about it. And because and then so this because they are just doing it because they've been told to, you know but within themselves, if they start working, they can see what is making them, like, why are they becoming control freak? What is making them anxious? What is making them stressed? So that sort of a thing, that introspection, that becoming self-aware, it's like it's that ongoing thing, basically, which
Yeah.
one has to work on.
Yeah. That is true. That will help us eventually to grow better as a person. That is which is very much required. And then also from the organization perspective, also I think in the rat race, the organization forgets that self development of an individual leads to the organizational development in the long run. So I think because if all the individuals get stronger, it is good for the organization itself. Yes,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it is. But then again, it's both ways, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so organization will only sort of make you look into the personal development goals you need to work
Yes,
on.
yes. Yeah,
The
yeah.
self-development is, as it says, self-development. So you have to
Yes,
work on self, basically. And
yes.
also, like, it's not like you start working today with a coach and you become,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah,
it needs a lot of commitment. It needs a lot of time to build on that. It's not that you start working today and there's some magic will happen
yeah,
and
yeah.
you will achieve that and you'll become a totally different person.
Right,
So,
right. Yes, yes, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, nothing can happen in a day or two or something like that, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's a gradual process. That,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, like, more you work on yourself, strengthen yourself, become more resilient, more you become self-aware. Uh, more you are able to work on your personal development to achieve your personal development goals.
Yes,
So if you work on why the reasons why you are procrastinating, If you
Yeah.
work on yourself and you find out, you understand these are your ways, so maybe I don't like reading this book, but maybe I like to make a list of things, a list of factors,
Correct.
which I can look into. And if I can, if this is what it needs to be done, if I can assign this time in this period of time, and I enjoy
Yeah.
doing that, and then you basically don't procrastinate, because you are aligning all that, what you need to do according to what you like to do, rather than somebody
Yeah.
telling you
That's
to do it this way.
yeah. That's the key, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when you understand yourself, how you like to do it, and then aligning those goals according to how you like to do it, how you like to work on it. And I guess this again comes with how you understand yourself, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And thanks for today. It was an enlightening session as usual because self development is such a big thing.